from Static Warrior 2, you're going to shift back to a drop, what we call a drop stance position with a double block above the head and a block above the knee. So again, she goes from Warrior 2. Watch her front foot as it transitions. It turns away and squares up with the front of her mat. Let's say she was on a mat, right? So from here to there. This allows her to get into this hip and sink down into this position, which she can take really low, because she can take that drop stance about as low as she wants to. Okay? So we're not too, you don't have to take it too low right now. You can just simply take it to where your hip is about to pop out of socket. And yeah, just right there, right? From there, you can then shift your chest forward and extend your hands, because at this point, you are going to rotate your base foot up and come to a full seated position or a full drop stance. Okay? From here, you reach back with your hand, you circle up for what we call Warrior's Bridge, because it's a little bit different alignment than Dancer's Bridge. You come down, she'll circle her hand back up and open, and she'll fly in what we call Flying Warrior, and then she will fall to Falling Warrior. Boom. And then back she goes for another loop. Let's watch it without the narration. Okay, so one thing to mention, the foot is stepped forward when she's in her drop stance. Can you come back to drop stance? Mm-hmm. If your hips are tight, simple. You're coming down and you're like, I can't go lower than this. Like, this is it for my hips. Put your hands on the floor. Put your hands down and assist your body so that you can come down sustainably into this position. This is not really an unusual position. This is just a person sitting on the ground with one leg out. When you really look at it, the transition looked fancy, but when you look at where she's seated, there's nothing really exciting about that. So it means that most of you can do that. It's the getting in and out of it that's the hard part, right? It's dropping down. That's the goal here, is to open up your hips. And this is a very dynamic hip opener. So if you've got tight hips, of course you're going to feel this. If you got very open hips, it won't be a big deal. And that's just the way it is, like all postures. Like, you know, she might have really super open hips because she's a dancer, but then you might have super strong muscles to do your chaturanga. Everybody's got something that gives them a little bit of some edge, and if you're, you know, if you think about it that way. But since yoga's not competition, we don't have to worry about that, right? It's just play.
And if you have very, very tight hips or a knee issue, you don't even have to take it down.
True.
So some people, because they have knee issues, they might not want it. So you can just go here as far as you can, get a little stretch in, reach out, and then just take it Flying Warrior. That's fine too, and it also looks pretty.
Right, like if your hips really, you're like, oh hell no, I'm not really going down into that thing. Just go here, you know, just literally, you know, from here, just go here. And just open, just get a little stretch, toes up, and then back, and take it up. Boom, and find that. All right?